Hey, y'all, want to get on and encourage y'all real quick. Let me tell y'all what I want to talk about today. And this is for the mothers of the sons who control and manipulate and cheat on women and do all these different type of stuff. And you guys,
please fasten driver seat belt.
And the mothers who contribute to that type of behavior. The type of mothers that say, whatever you do, I got your back, and all this different type of stuff. When they're cheating on these women, manipulating these women, doing these women any kind of way. And then you have those mothers who are supporting it, but in their mind, they're giving their son unconditional love instead of holding their child accountable. These are the type of mothers that continue to produce these type of situations and break down women because they're contributing to it. And a lot of the times, these women have been through a heartbreak. And they're okay with their sons manipulating and cheating and beating and treating a woman any kind of way. That is a terrible and that is a disgusting type of woman, type of mother, to be okay with your son doing a woman any kind of way because you love your son. It's a difference between loving your son and being there for them, and that versus not holding them accountable. If you are a mother and your son continuously is bringing women before you and always got a different woman, and you okay with that, something is wrong with you as a mother. And then you pick the ones that you like, and you cleave to the ones that you like. Because I'm going to tell y'all something. Y'all been listening to me. One thing I never do is try to get in good with a man's mama. Not all mothers are like this. But that mama going to ride for that son regardless. And when you have the ones that don't hold that son accountable, them the worst type. That's the worst kind. I've seen it. Growing up in my family, I've seen it. I have a relative, always had a new woman, always had a different woman. Every holiday, every couple of months. And you know what? His mama, it's the woman's fault. Never held him accountable. Never said, you need to stop what you're doing. You're wrong. The things that you are doing to these women is either going to come back on you or your children. You need to stop it. Then you have these mother-in-laws who are literally secretly in love with their sons. But we don't want to talk about that. They don't want their sons to settle down because they feel like their son they're losing their son. Some of these mothers have ungodly soul ties with their son. They think that their son is their husband. They run to their son every time they got an issue. They run to their sons for emotional support. All the time. And you got a man carrying the burden of his grown old mama who should be able to handle her emotions and herself right now, but every time she runs to her son as if that's her man. I'm just saying. Not all mothers are like that, but a lot of them are. A lot of them are. And they need to be held accountable. Because as a mother, we are responsible. We have some part in it on how our sons go out here and treat women. Lord forbid my son came home and was talking to multiple. I'm going to tell you a story. My son that's in college, one day he was talking to me and he was like, he was going on a date or something. And I said, well, what? I thought you liked the other girl. And he said, well, I don't really like her. I mean, this girl, the one he was going on a date with, I mean, she's cool. I said, I'm going to tell you something right now. Don't do it. Don't do that girl like that. If you don't like her, don't take her out on no date. If you don't he was trying to get over one of the girls that he liked. But they were having issues. She didn't like him or something. So he started gravitating back to another girl to get over her. I said, don't you do that. That's wrong. You are wrong. You are wrong. I didn't say, well, I'm going to be there for you no matter what, and I got your back, and I'll see you moved on, and I understand. No, you are wrong. And I will not be a part of this foolishness. And I said right there, you don't know the things that I have went through? That is somebody's daughter. And I told him, that is somebody's daughter. If you don't want her, cut her loose. That is somebody's child. That's how you hold your son accountable. And not have him out here in this world messing up these women that's already been through enough hell. You can love your child and still hold them accountable instead of, I'm going to love who you love. Whoever you be with, I got your back. And they sitting out here breaking these women down one by one. Breaking them down one by one. And you done went through the same thing before 9 times out of 10. And you going to watch your son do it to another woman. You a dangerous woman. And you going to be held accountable for it. You are going to be held accountable for what you put in this earth, which is your son who is planting these seeds and disrupting all of these women. You will be held accountable for it too. Especially, you will be held accountable before if you are contributing to it. Now, the women out here that's talking to their son, you can't do that. That's wrong. That's a different type of person. But when you contributing to it, you are not going under the radar. You are wrong, ma'am. And then you got women out here trying to fix these men that these mothers didn't do what they were supposed to do. Now you got women out here trying to raise men. And then you got the mothers out here all in the business and doing all this type of stuff. Ma'am, you're the reason he like this. You contributed to this. Now you got these women out here trying to fix him. And you got something to say. Sit down, ma'am. Sit down. You've done enough. I know what it felt like to have that type of mother-in-law. I remember, I don't know if I said on my video, I remember my ex-husband was cheating. I flew his mama out. I said, this man, he needs you. He got something going on with him. He needs you. That lady came to my house and said, well, I ain't going to say nothing to him unless he bring it up. Ma'am, that's your son. Do you not understand? Your son, I'm telling you, your son is depressed. He's cheating on his wife. He's going through a whole bunch of stuff. And I feel like y'all need to fix what y'all got going on. And I remember them sitting down. We were sitting in the living room. And he started talking to her. He was like, well, you did this to me. He started crying. That lady sat right there and said, this never happened. She didn't even acknowledge this man's pain that she did to him. But she looked at me as if I did something to him. Ma'am, it started with you, the man crying. He's telling you that you hurt him. And you won't even acknowledge it because you don't want to feel a certain type of way because I'm there knowing you didn't hurt your son. You didn't embarrass your son. You didn't did things to hurt your son. And this man is carrying this with him. And it has affected his marriage because of what y'all went through. Some of these mothers need to be held accountable for who their sons are. Because they play a major role. And I don't care. Don't put nothing in my message. I will delete it. About how they don't. It is true, y'all. Whether a mother was there or not. But especially if you was there, you had to say so. You need to be held accountable. Letting your sons start, because a lot of this stuff started when them children was young. The men were young. And the mothers just accepted anything. Those are some of the worst mother-in-laws to have, who don't see any fault with their sons, who don't hold them accountable, who no matter what, I got you. And that's okay. But holding somebody accountable is necessary regardless. How can you love somebody but not hold them accountable for the wrongs that they are doing to people? It doesn't make any sense. So I wanted to make this video because, I've seen a lot of that lately. And people need to address it. And I'm going to be the one to address it. So, love y'all.